Curious to know what makes crypto money so different from regular money? In a true cynical fashion, let's start this video by listening to what crypto's greatest critic says about the world's first mainstream digital currency, the Bitcoin. Warren Buffett, probably the greatest investor and business mind of the 20th century, called crypto a big fat delusion. Imagined money with nothing tangible like gold to back it up, and hence pretty much no value in the real world. Well, he's kinda right. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Dogecoin are not backed up by anything physical, only by a bunch of mind-boggling math and a complicated blockchain technology full of ledgers and mysterious codes. Of course, there are also big, giant computers consuming terawatts of electrical energy powering the great cryptographic puzzle. And while it is true that no coin bits will magically appear out of your hardware wallets, does that mean digital money has no value at all? From the grossly inefficient barter system of the ancient world to the fiat or paper money and the gold standard of today, we have to admit money has changed forms over history more than once, showing its willingness to change and evolve at par with humans. In fact, did you know it wasn't until 1971 that the US fully left the gold standard, with President Nixon essentially destroying the whole foundation of the Bretton Woods system and ending the age of gold standard? Looking ahead, is digital money the next big currency of the world? A new mysterious algorithm that runs our markets and economies? Well, you might want to stick around to find out as we bust some serious myths and have a little chit-chat about all things crypto that you need to know. For starters, unlike regular money, with crypto, there are no central banks or agencies owned by governments that print paper money and regulate it. No tangible dollar bill we can hold and see. Then what exactly is a Bitcoin? This brings us to the big tech question. How exactly is a new digital asset, say a Bitcoin, created? Well, unlike fiat money, which is printed, or finite natural resources such as gold, a Bitcoin is 100% digital. Created, distributed, traded, and stored electronically using a decentralized ledger system known as the blockchain. Now, you probably thought you could just mine new Bitcoins on your personal PC. Well, sorry to break the sad news. While small-scale mining may have been a great idea when the algorithm was still young, the chances of you solving a blockchain hash on your own now are pretty darn slim, to say the least. Let's put things in perspective. A normal computer, even with the latest hardware hashes, can only generate around 100 mega hashes per second. Now compare that to the giant computing systems crypto miners use professionally. High-tech machines called application-specific integrated circuits, specifically and exclusively built for mining, with an amazing ability to generate a whopping 255 trillion hashes per second. That's a pretty steep difference. In a nutshell, while a Bitcoin isn't exactly backed by a physical asset or has a physical form, it does still have value, and its main source of value lies in its restricted supply and increasing demand, since there are only so many Bitcoin you can mine. But if Bitcoin had all the makings of a new currency, why did the world's first mainstream digital currency collapse? Well, let's be honest, for such a short lifespan, the crypto roller coaster has experienced some serious highs and some pretty bad lows, inspiring 1,500 new cryptocurrencies within a decade of its launch. Bitcoin came with a bang, and with big promises for the private sector. Fast forward to 2022. The world's first and most popular cryptocurrency saw a massive crash, plummeting down to a third of its value in just a few months. This mighty Bitcoin fall has obviously raised more than a few eyebrows, and many questions about what, if anything, is the Bitcoin really worth, As of Feb this year, Bitcoin has an individual unit value of around $30,000. Multiplying by the number of Bitcoins in circulation, that closes up to $625 billion, showing that it is still considered valuable by many people. Remember, just like finite metals such as gold, which are valuable across industries, Bitcoin's blockchain technology also has value across the financial services industries. Whether or not this value is able to mainstream into a universally accepted currency, only time can tell. Will Bitcoin be able to prove its value and utility as it slowly bounces back from last year's fall from grace? Or was Warren Buffett right all along? And we have been pretty much happily fooled into buying make-believe money like a real-life game of Monopoly, one that has already made millionaires out of high school dropouts and led others into devastating loss. Either way, one thing is for sure, the great crypto game is not for the faint of heart. Remember, the level of confidence in a currency is closely tied to its level of usage around the world. With Bitcoin now being accepted as a legit means of payment by many merchants and retailers, it seems there may still be hope. And with a recent history of financial crisis and banking failures, it is also hard not to see the benefits of Bitcoin over traditional money when it comes to reliable trade in goods and services. After all, the crypto community has sure come a long way since the first Bitcoin transaction was spent on pizza. That said, to claim that confidence in Bitcoin will be as high as faith in established fiat money for any time in the near future is probably still a shot too far. If you're looking to invest in Bitcoin, make sure you note the kind of factors that might still affect the fate of your first crypto investment. If anything, recent events around the world have been a painful reminder that just like other normal currencies, Bitcoin are volatile. Vulnerable to inflation and rising interests, there are also many operational and cyber risks to look out for. Remember, Bitcoin exchanges are also entirely digital, which means that just like all other virtual systems, they are at constant risk from hackers, malware, and other operational glitches. Bitcoin also suffered a major hit with the onset of public health emergencies like corona and political crises such as the war in Ukraine. How the value of Bitcoin changes in the future and whether a new international centralized digital currency comes to replace the Bitcoin empire is yet to be seen. In fact, did you know the IMF is currently working with the governments to develop a new universal monetary unit called the Unicoin? For more news on all things crypto, give our channel a quick follow. And don't forget to hit that bell button on your way out.